children. Cue the music again. No? Oh, why does that not want to work? For some reason it's not. Oh, come on, you. Go. Go. There it is. Oi. Technology, you gotta love it, right? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee Live. It's Monday. It's the end of Monday. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend, had a good Monday. You know, if that's even a thing, right? Is that even a thing to have a good Monday? Hopefully you did. Or a decent Monday, right? That's all you can hope for is a decent Monday. How we doing out there? And yes, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like, thumbs up. We're going to be talking about some Zack Snyder. We already kind of talked about it on the Vodka stream, but we're going to talk about it some more. You know, now that's kind of like set in and just talk about people's reactions and all that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about Superman and the Kent farm now. Well, it's been revealed, I guess you could say. We're going to talk about that silly box office, and then I'm going to do a live reaction to the Venom The Last Dance trailer. I resisted, guys. I resisted watching that damn trailer. Whoop, where are you guys at? There we are. All right. Okay, let's see what we got here. Who's out there? Let's talk. Tadian Plays right here. Hey, Dave, hope you're well. I'm really excited for Zack to do 300 TV series because there are lots of things you could explore before the events of the 300 movie, which Zack has talked about before, so that's always a plus. What's going on, Phil? This is before Sparta. I like it. Zack at WB again. Good to see Eric. Do we want Zack to go back to that? I mean, I know there's definitely some things where you kind of go like, I don't know, is this a good idea or not? But yeah, again, it's not the same people that are there. That's the thing. That's the big thing when it comes to that. Oops. Let me double check something here. Hold on. Did I do that right? Oh, I didn't do it right. Ah, crap. I don't think I did it right. Nope, I did not. Am I live? I'm not live on Twitter. For some reason, I'm not live on Twitter. I forgot to hit something so I'm not live on Twitter. Whoops. All right. So I was noticing, I'm like, oh yeah, wait, I'm probably not live on Twitter. Whoopsie daisy. Didn't go live. I thought I clicked the thing, but apparently I'm not live on Twitter, so I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what happened there when it came to... Hold on. Can I do something? No. Let's see. Is there any way I can, like... Whoops. No. Damn it. Yeah, I think I just... Let's see. Yeah, I can't do it. I just realized. I'm like, damn it. I did not go live on Twitter. Am I live on Twitch? Probably. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not live on Twitter. Crap, man. Messed that one up. Oh, well. What could you do? It's the Mondays. You have a case of the Mondays, and you forget to hit the little thing to go on. That's weird, though. I could have swore I did that. Oh, well. Oh, man. And then I messed that up, too. Jesus. Swear, Mondays. I just messed up my tweets. Jesus. Because I wanted to, of course, go to the tweets. Just not starting off well. Not at all. All right, here we go. We'll start off. Okay, we're good. Where should we start? And we'll start right there. There we go. All right. Anyways, okay, so I don't know what the heck's going on with this. Why that didn't work the way that it should have worked. Oh well, like I said, we'll manage. I think we'll manage, I guess. Anyways, guys. All right, who else is out there? Let's see. We got Travis right here. Good. When DCU flops, he can take over. I hope you're joking about that, Travis. It's like, okay, hey, DCU flopped. Zack, do you want to take over now? That's not what he wants to do. It's not what he wants to do. No, it's not what he wants to do. What's going on, JD McRae? Good to see you. And, of course, we have Zack's Mr. Nobody saying, yeah, Zack is back, but we got to stop thinking about it as if he's back to the same regime. Exactly. I don't think there's enough money or donkeys in the world that can make him go, yeah, donkeys. That's interesting. It's also the TV division and not the movie side. That, too, so... And we got Ruthie right here. Good to see you. Hi, Ruthie. Good to see you. Jacob says, fuck Twitter. All right. Office Space Classic. What's going on Office Space Classic? I'm trying to wonder exactly what that means. Chris Balgo, what's happening? That Venom 3 trailer is doing what Sony does best, smacking fans in the face poorly by pulling back on good ideas established in No Way Home. Still gotta go see it, though. Well, that's good. At least you can still gotta go see it. That's good. Oh, somebody's mentioned like an Office Space, because I love that movie. Definitely love that movie. So, anyways, we're live, but not on Twitter. So, it's all good. Again, I thought I clicked the freaking thing right there. I just don't get why that didn't happen. But hey, you know what? It's whatever. It's whatever. All right, guys. Hopefully, you had a pretty good weekend. I had a pretty relaxed weekend. Obviously, if you guys follow on Instagram, on Twitter, I met up with Rhea, who, of course, she's part of the community, and she was in town, and she was going through an adventure through, like, SoCal, so then we were talking like, hey, let's meet up. She wanted to get Korean food, and we had a feast, and it was pretty damn delicious, so that was pretty much the highlight of the weekend, besides getting some more work done, but that was pretty much it. It was like meeting up with her. It's always cool. It's always interesting, because, I mean, it's not the first time I've met her in real life. She was obviously at Full Circle, and that was the first time I met her in real life. But it's always interesting to like meet up with people that you meet up online. That's what's really cool about when you build like the community and you build like the friends up in online, and then when you have a chance to meet in real life, you got to take it. You got to take it. So that's why I'm like, hey man, anybody who like shows up in SoCal, let's meet up, let's grab a bite. But no, it was great hanging out with her and talking and eating just so much food. It was so much food. And the restaurant she picked was actually not as expensive. So that was pretty good. I was like thinking, geez, all this food, well, what's this bill going to be like? And it wasn't. I tried a Korean alcohol called soju. Never had it before, but it's like their special little Korean drink. And at first I wasn't going to drink anything. We were just drinking tea. And then she recommended it. She's like, you should try that. Obviously I'm a drinker. So I was like, all right, let me try it out. I only had one. I wasn't trying to get all trashed and crazy and start dancing on the table. Anyways, so good times. It was pretty good times. Oh, somebody has a case of the Mondays. That's what you meant by Office Space. I get that. All right, now I get it. Cool. And of course, naturally, all right, so now I missed last week when it came to my executive producer for this week. So now I'm just like, all right, yeah, Monday, let's start off with my executive producer. I don't know if he's actually in the chat right now. Hopefully he'll show up, but that's right. We got Mr. Fear Jason right here. He's the executive producer this week on all the Film Junkee Live streams. So Mr. Fear Jason, who I've also met in real life and has been an excellent supporter and helping out the channel and everything. So Fear Jason, the executive producer this week on Film Junkee, all the Film Junkee Lives, DC Fanimated, and the Vodka stream. So good times. All right, let's start off because, I mean, hey, we keep on talking about the box office, right? And, it's noticeable that the box office is, in fact, struggling. And even, Mr. Denis Villenueve, he feels like that too, because this is what he had to say right here. He's disappointed that Dune Part 2 is still the highest grossing film of the year when, of course, comes to the box office. I hope soon there will be other successes at the box office. Yeah, we all hope that. We do. We all, in fact, hope for that. That's what sucks. It's like, it seemed like the box office, maybe it's going to like be okay this year. But now that we're like getting into the summer blockbuster season, kind of seems like it's not going to be okay. I mean, you got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I would say that movie's actually, well, like I said, we'll talk more about the box office later on, but I'm just saying, like, that movie seems like, when it comes to like at least the bigger movies, is the fact that it's like, oh yeah, that's the only other movie that's kind of been doing well, I guess. I don't know. It's all very interesting. It's all very weird and everything. I don't know. But I'm glad he said that because I mean, it's like a humble thing that he expressed right there, kind of going like, yeah, you know, it's cool, but I wish my film was not. It's like, yeah, but your film is quality. I actually watched Dune Part 2 on Saturday. I put it on, and goddamn, that movie is just so goddamn good. I just love it so much. Just absolutely love it so much. Love it so much. All right. Anyways, continuing on. All right, so, well, first off, I mean, that shot that I was telling you guys, there's Ray and I right there at the Korean. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that spread right there. So much right there. So that's the picture we took. And, yeah, like I said, very full, very full. And then, of course, obviously, if you guys watched the Vodka stream last Friday, we had Mark Justice on talking about the Green Lantern fan film, and he actually mentioned that they were actually going to be shooting that Saturday, last Saturday, to be doing some more things when it comes to the Hal Jordan portion of the Green Lantern film. And here we go right here. We got some behind-the-scenes images where they actually filmed in an actual helicopter. I should send these to my dad. But, yeah, so there he is sitting in there right there. Not sure exactly what, you know, what's the context of the scene, but he even had a little video right here. So, yeah. And apparently, guys, and apparently, too, when it comes to that actor, okay, that actor that he was talking to, apparently he, like, talked about how that person also played, like a version of something when it came to Jon Stewart. He mentioned something about that on the Vodka stream. So there's some more behind-the-scenes images when it comes to that. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. And this is also pretty cool right here. We got some Superman core and sweat art. Of course, we've seen this pose for Superman, and this is, of course, from Garnabiel, whatever. Sorry if I messed your name up right there, Garnabiel. I think that's what you're saying. What that's saying right there, but it says the complete story of the daring exploits of the one and only Superman. And, of course, having that pose right there with the new costume. I mean, I will say, I mean, I'm trying not to look at the crotch, but, geez, you were pretty, you know, a lot there to look at, I guess, right? Quite a bulge. Quite a bulge. Quite a bulge. So, Netflix, and, well, let's face it, Netflix is Netflix. It's a streaming service. It's always been the top dog streaming service. So no matter what, when it comes to like physical media or theatrical releases, they're just going to pull back on that. We already heard that, Mr. Sarandos last week, and I talked about it, and I kind of went off about it, ranted off about it when he said that Barbenheimer would have been just as big on Netflix, and then talked about his son, who's an editor, who watched Lawrence of Arabia. I almost said the porno version, guys. Lawrence of Arabia on his phone, so he was trying to like sell the fact that it's like, oh, you can enjoy all this on whatever screen. You don't have to go to the movies. Well, according to Mike Flanagan, who's been working with Netflix, he says that Netflix was actively hostile towards the idea of releasing any physical media. I tried very hard to get them to release my work on Blu-ray and DVD. Netflix refused at every turn. It became very clear very fast that their only priority was subs and that they were actively hostile to the idea of physical media. Kind of crazy because Netflix started off with physical media. That's right. They mailed out DVDs for you, and then you mail it back. I mean, that's how they got on the map. It is kind of funny how that's how it started. Now they're like, nope, no physical media. So, yeah, when it comes to even what Zach's been doing, like, you know, all of us have been wanting to have like a physical copy of like maybe like a Army of the Dead. Did that even come out? Maybe that did. I don't know. But anything like any of our favorite filmmakers that put a movie on Netflix, it's like, yeah, odds are you're probably not going to get a physical copy of that, which, you know, does kind of suck. But hey, Netflix will Netflix. Netflix will Netflix. What are you saying there, Scott? He only got The Haunting. Oh, yeah, so he did get something out, though. I have not seen Boy Kills the World yet, Phil, but I did want to see that. What's going on, Azteca? Good to see you. We got Hugo. We got Hugo right here. Oh, we got my favorite Fabian Diaz Gutierrez saying fire James Gunn and release the Ayer cut. Okay, so he also did restore the Snyder cut. Okay, usually he just kind of puts it all in one thing right there. And we got William also in the chat. Good to see you. Netflix eliminated its own in-house physical media. Not surprising that they would be adverse to it. It's not their interest. Yeah, I know it's not. They're not. Hey, we got ACS in here too. Good to see you, bud. Always great to see you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anthony. Happy birthday. You freaking good-looking motherfucker. Posing that image of you at what? 47, looking young, buff, and strapping. Miss talking to you on the vodka stream. Hopefully get you back on soon. But happy birthday. I think you were posting that because it's your birthday, or else I just wasted a sing-along birthday right now. But anyways, hopefully it's your birthday, Anthony. I know you posted something on Twitter. But always good to see you, bud. Always good to see you. And let's see, nerdy mastermind. It gets, I get it. It's not 2005 where DVDs were selling millions of copies, but I think it should release some. Yeah, I agree. I know. Back in the early 2000s, I was crazy. I have boxes and boxes of DVDs. So many boxes of DVDs. But, when the digital era came about, I just kind of I don't know. I just stopped. I just went, all right, I just went full digital, to be honest. I really did full digital stuff. Full digital. Okay, I wanted to talk about this. Not movie related, but it is something interesting that's been coming about. And I kind of wanted to gauge your guys' reactions and, how you feel about this. But Chipotle, when it comes to Chipotle, okay, so Chipotle I know has been around for a little bit. I still remember when I was I think I was still in high school when Chipotle came about. And I remember going, oh, okay, this is something that's, oh, okay, we got this new style of kind of like Mexican food or something like that or whatever. So, and I was just kind of okay, and it's kind of you pick your own ingredients, just it seemed cool. And I remember back in the day, you get these big, huge burritos, and they were hearty, and they were everything like that. But apparently Chipotle been a little naughty because, and I noticed this too, because I don't really go to Chipotle that much now, but I've noticed the times that I had gone, and I actually did go when Mama Film Junkee and I went to go see If a couple of weeks ago. She wanted to join, and we went to Chipotle after. She was feeling that. She wanted something a little bit more, not fast foody, I guess you could say. But I did kind of notice that sometimes, the proportions seem a little low and the price has gone up a little bit. So apparently what was happening, what was trending, and what a lot of people were posting on various different social media was they were going into Chipotle to film them prepare their bowls. It's mainly bowls. It seems like it's mainly the bowls. And the reason why people were filming that, because Chipotle didn't want bad word of mouth, and apparently if you went in there and filmed them making your bowl or whatever, they would actually do the proper proportions. You would get the portions that you should be getting when it comes to going to Chipotle. So this video was ridiculous. That I saw right here, where they literally had lights and a camera crew going on right here when it came to this. So it was basically just people that are abusing the absolute shit out of the trend, because that's just where we're at right now nowadays. But it was just what the hell? And then I love the caption right here: Chipotle ain't that good to be doing this. I absolutely agree. It is overrated. It is absolutely overrated. It's it was good at one point, but then it just fell off for me a few years ago. And I'm just kind of going it's overrated. I'm not going to go in there and pay almost what? I'm going to pay $17 for a fucking bowl, a hearty bowl with rice and some protein and some beans and stuff like that. And if you get guacamole, that's another $2. I mean, I don't know. It's overrated in my opinion. And most of the time it could be very much overrated, where the meat's dry, the beans. Support mom and pop shops, people, okay? And I get it, the trendy thing about Chipotle, because it's oh my God, gotta watch my figure, so I'm gonna go get a bowl. Don't get a burrito, gotta get a bowl. If you get a bowl, that's much better than a burrito. I'm you get rid of the tortilla, sure, and you're cutting off a little bit of the flour and the carbs and all that shit. I get it, but at the same time, they're still very, as healthy as you think you're actually being, God knows what's, anyways, people just like to do that. But I'm just saying, support your mom and pop places. There's plenty of Mexican food places where you could just support them and they'll make you a bowl. I'm sure they will. Support that instead. But it's getting bad. It's actually getting pretty bad. I've seen some stuff. I've gone down some rabbit holes where things are just, Red Lobster's going away. Other restaurants are going to be going away because of mischievous things of people who are running things are really pulling some fast ones when it comes to all this stuff. So, yeah, you got to watch out. You got to watch out for that. So, okay. Anthony, it is your birthday. Well, happy birthday again, sir. Great for joining. Is Zack Snyder really back with DC Comics? No, he is not back with DC Comics. Vaughn, we're talking about him coming back to Warner Brothers. Hey, there's Fear Jason. Fear Jason. Just saying. Look, you're the executive producer. Thank you for joining. Jacob, you should have asked Rhea about Chipotle because she was the reason why we ate it in Pasadena. I never really liked it. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't think about asking her about Chipotle. We talked about various other things. But anyways, there's my whole Chipotle spiel right here. And now we got a spiel about Maya Hawke is okay with being a NEPO baby. I'm comfortable with not deserving it and doing it anyway. That's a quote right there. But you know what? So when it comes to the whole NEPO baby thing, I'm just like, okay, that's always like a thing that's talked about. NEPO baby, NEPO baby, NEPO baby. But it's always going to be a thing. It's been a thing for a long time. Now, it's more so a thing because we have all this information and all this technology, the social media and everything that just basically we know instantly like, oh yeah, this person's is so-and-so's kid and everything. And when it comes to Maya Hawke and her saying that, some people are like, geez, don't say that. Please don't say that. But obviously you have to read the entire quote. She just kind of is just being honest and going like, hey, yeah, I get it. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I have two parents who are well-known actors. And yes, I've been given the privilege to now make my stamp into the business. But at the same time, what I think about when it comes to these NEPO babies is you still have to find a place for yourself. You can't just be like, okay, yeah, I'm so-and-so's kid, so put me in the movie. It's like, no, she still has to find her place. And honestly, like, I started watching Stranger Things and really liked her character without even knowing that she was Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's baby. I didn't know that. So I was like already just like, oh, she's really likable. I like her character. And then I was like, why does she seem familiar? And then I realized, oh yeah, that's why she seems familiar. She has a very Uma Thurman type quality to her. So yeah. So when it comes to a whole NEPO baby stuff, it's like, I don't know. I think like, yeah, sometimes it could be bad. We're talking about you, Chet Hanks. Just kidding. He doesn't even do movies. But no, it's just like you still have to find your place, even if you have a little bit of a boost because of who your parents are. That's the way I look at it, at least. All right. Mergers happening, and not the merger that we probably thought was going to be happening, but it in fact did happen when it came to Paramount, because remember there was a time where Paramount and Sony were going to be doing something. There was going to be mergers. I mean, we keep on talking about mergers the way that everything is right now. Everybody's just like, who's going to merge with you, huh? Who's going to just make a baby, I guess? Well, we got Paramount and Skydance. Yeah, that's right. Have agreed to terms to launch their merger together. Who saw that one coming? I sure as hell didn't. But yeah, there you go. There's that. Hold on. Let's see. I was going to see. Where's it at? Oh, man. Okay, I'm trying to... Oh, there we go. This. Anyways. So, yeah. What is this thing doing? I was hoping it was something else. Let's see. Paramount. Because there were some more details. That's not going to work. Now, I was trying to utilize some of the... Oh, there we go. Because you can get some more details. One of the premium options for Twitter is they have their own little thing that you could just type something in and they kind of just like, yeah. So basically I'm just like looking into their Grok thing. Yes, guys, I'm utilizing a tool that utilizes AI. How dare I do this? But, you know, just to talk about this Paramount merger, I was like, you know what? I'm going to see what, I'm going to type that into here and see what it says. And it says, the Paramount merger saga has been quite a roller coaster with several twists and turns worthy of a Hollywood blockbuster. What? As of June 3rd, 2024, the latest development is that Paramount and Skydance have agreed to terms of a merger. The deal is now awaiting sign-off from Paramount's controlling shareholder, Shari Redstone, who owns National Amusements, which owns 77% of the class of A Paramount shares. Does anybody know what I'm fucking talking about? No, it's all business stuff. But there you go. The merger, if approved, would see Skydance and Redbird Capital owning 2/3 of Paramount. So if you wanted to know some details about that, some business kind of stuff when it comes to that, you're welcome. Yeah, like I said, I was like, oh yeah, I could just type that into like their little Grok thing and it will give me some more details. Okay. And shocker, guys. I'm about to shock you guys. You guys aren't going to believe this. I know this. You're going to be absolutely shocked. Absolutely shocked by this. I mean, I can't wait to actually show you this right here because I'm sure you guys are just going to be shocked. So shocked. So freaking shocked. Robert Downey Jr. reveals he's surprisingly open-minded to the idea of returning as Iron Man. What? No way. No way. So shocked. I would have thought, no, he's done. He's moved on. No more Marvel Studios or Iron Man or Tony Stark for him. It's just crazily in my DNA. Probably the most like-me character I've ever played, even though he's way cooler than I am. And did anybody think that he would not return? Of course he's going to return. He's going to return sometime. I mean, Hugh Jackman, for fuck's sake, is returning as Wolverine. So obviously when it comes to Robert Downey Jr., yes, he's going to return. Chris Evans will return. Scarlett Johansson will likely return too. They're all going to end up returning. We got Secret Wars coming out. He's probably going to make some kind of an appearance. They're all going to make some kind of appearance on there. So, and I just go, fuck it. If Marvel Studios is going to back up a dump truck full of money on your driveway and Kevin Feige is going to kiss a letter and be like, mwah, this is for you, Robert, you know, and put a gold bar right in there, made of chocolate. I don't know why it's made of chocolate, but yes. Then you're just going to do it. I mean, he won his Academy Award, right? He won his Academy Award. Now what? It's like, all right, let's go back to Tony Stark. Might as well. I don't think anybody's shocked. No one's shocked. And yes, I'm going to be reacting to the Venom trailer, but we have a new trailer coming out tomorrow from, of course, Fede Alvarez's Alien Romulus. So we got a new trailer for that tomorrow, and this poster is freaky and cool. Look at how red that is. So we got a face hugger happening on that one right there, so that's pretty cool. And then speaking of Deadpool and Wolverine, we got this merch. We got some merch right here. I think this shirt is way too busy, but I think these shirts are freaking awesome. This shirt's pretty good. I love this right here that says, your little cinematic universe is about to change forever, and I like this shirt right here. I think this one's just got I don't know why you need like 3 different versions. Are they trying to indicate that there's going to be like 3 different variants? I don't know. But I do like these 2 shirts. This one's cool. That one's fine. This one's funny. Yeah. So there you go. Some Deadpool and Wolverine merch that you can pick yourself up. Oh, yeah. Did you guys know this? Okay, so here's a movie that's right up my alley. This is just tingling my balls where it needs to be tingled right here. And I remember hearing about it, and it's based off a book, and I'm just like, oh, and they started filming right now, and I'm just kind of going like, all right, yep, this is a movie that I'll be looking forward to, but it's not coming out till 2026, which I'm like, god damn it. They're starting to film it right now, but sadly, we're not going to see it for, probably another 2 years. But Phil Lord and Chris Miller have this sci-fi thriller. It's an adaptation called Project Hail Mary. They've begun filming. It stars Ryan Gosling and Sandra Hüller. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, that's she got nominated for Academy Award, I think, this year, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Cinematography by Greg Fraser. Greg Fraser, Dune, Batman, great cinematographer. So you got both of them, and you got Ryan Gosling. You got a sci-fi thriller. And yes, that's just good. That's just good stuff right there. Can't wait to see what happens with that. That's just right up my alley. Right up my alley. And then, of course, we have we got Ellie Fanning, who's going to be starring in Dan Trachtenberg's follow-up Predator movie called Badlands. So she's going to be. This one's set in the future as opposed to the past. So I'm sure people are losing their minds saying, "What? He cast another female? Woke! It's woke!" You're going to use that W word. It's just what happens. It's just what happens. You know what also happens too? Matthew Vaughn doesn't quite understand that sometimes people don't like his movies. It's like, hey, Matty Vaughn, okay? Yeah, you have some good movies. I will say, I'm not one of those that think that your movies suck. I think you have some good movies, but when it came to Argylle, sadly, people just did not want to go see the movie and were very confused by the trailer, I guess you could say. I was intrigued, but then when I kept hearing so many bad things and people were saying like it's got too many twists and turns in it, I went, all right, this might be one I wait for. But Matthew Vaughn is like, well, what did I do? Did I offend you? Maybe you offended us with Henry Cavill being in it, not that much, and that haircut that you actually gave him. Matthew Vaughn says the negative reaction to Argylle was surprising. We didn't make Citizen Kane, but fucking hell. Then the reviews came out, and I'm like, wait, what have I done to offend these people? They were so vitriolic. I mean, you're going to have some strong feelings out there, but it just seems like you reached a little too far when it came to that movie. I don't know. Seemed like things didn't fire off correctly when it came to that movie. Again, I haven't seen it yet, but just from what I've heard, is there was way too many twists and turns, and you're selling the movie with Henry Cavill right up front, and he's not in it all that much. And I don't know, maybe it was just one of those where, he just, he got a little too close to the sun with that one, I guess. Maybe it was just, he was trying to be way too clever, and it just didn't work. Just, take it in a little bit, Matthew Vaughn. I mean, I get it. There's always going to be those people that just absolutely just say the most craziest shit. Sure. But at the same time, just accept it. And apparently, too, according to this same interview, Empire Magazine, he thinks that he still has a chance for an Argylle 2. Appreciate the fact that you think that. I guess, the confidence, that's pretty good. Gotta like that, the confidence. Anyways. All right. That's pretty much all the tweets right there. What are we talking about? Let's see. The book was fantastic. Ray Porter does... Yeah, somebody told me that too, that Ray Porter does the audiobook for that Hail Mary movie right there. So, man, Argylle was not that bad. So Jacob thought it wasn't that bad, so that's good. Matthew Vaughn is an absolute joke. I know you don't like him. Phil. Vaughn, the trailer was dishonest. Simple as that. Let's see. Gilmer, he did give us the best X-Men movie. The characters working as a team with their personalities. Yeah, he definitely did give one of the best X-Men movies. I like the Kick-Ass movies as well, and of course I am a fan of the Kingsman movies. All three of them. First one's the best one. Second one, the final act was kind of and then you got the Kingsman, which takes place in the past, which was a unique take on that, and I actually did like that one better than the second one. And he's got some enjoyable things, but hey, what can you do? All right, so what do we got here? All right, let's start off with. All right, let's do this, of course. Boop, boop, boop. All right, we got Zack Snyder returning to Warner Brothers. What? about? That's what a lot of people were kind of when it came to this news coming out. People were just going like, wait, he's returning to Warner Brothers after how they treated him? Well, not exactly the same regime. There's not really, I think the only person that was there before that is still currently there, but is working at DC Studios is Peter Safran. That's why sometimes I just kind of go like, yeah, when it comes to Petey Pants, I just kind of go, he was part of all that kind of stuff, so I just don't know if I trust him fully, but he is very much part of DC Studios. Now this, of course, would not be full-on Warner Brothers Studios. This would be Warner Brothers Television. 300 TV series in early development at Warner Brothers Television exclusive. The 300 TV series adaptation is in early development at Warner Brothers Television. Variety has learned from sources. Exact plot details are still being worked out, but sources say that the show would serve as a prequel to the 2006 film. No writer or platform is currently attached to the project. Deals are still being negotiated, but Zack Snyder, who directed and co-wrote 300, is in talks to direct and executive produce the series. Deborah Snyder, who has executive produced 300, would also return as an executive producer under her and Zack's Stone Quarry production banner, with Stone Quarry's Wesley Collar also on board. The prodigal son returns! Not really, though, because it's still up in the air, and we don't know exactly if that's actually going to be the case. This could all just end up not being anything. But it is interesting to hear and see people's reactions, because obviously when this news came about, I even tweeted it out myself, and we talked about it on the Vox stream, but I'm just going to go over it again and just kind of just really give my thoughts about this, because a lot of people are like, what does this mean? What does this mean about Zack Snyder returning to Warner Brothers? Well, first off, again, it's like, yeah, it's not the same regime. And he has been very positive about the new regime over at Warner Brothers. If the new regime over at Warner Brothers wasn't as pleasant to Zack, he wouldn't have had the full circle event that he had last year, because he worked with those guys. Zaslav, even though, we kind of, don't like the guy right now, he was still very much letting things happen. But then it was Pam Abdi and Michael DeLuca that really worked with Zack to help the full circle event, and how he was able to sell tickets and show his trilogy, especially showing Zack Snyder's Justice League in an IMAX theater. Helped him out with that greatly, and he raves about him. He raved about it on the Vox stream before too, and it was like, yeah. So he's even said a quote where he's like, yeah, this team right here, they're great. This team. Not talking about the old team. So it does make sense, and it was only a matter of time before he would actually probably return to Warner Brothers. And I think Zack would be obviously very much open to doing that. Now, how people reacted? Now, of course, if you're just a normal, natural Zack Snyder fan, you're like, oh, we're going to get Leonidas younger? We're going to get a 300 prequel series, and he's going to direct some episodes? This is all good. This is all for it. Now, there's some people in the fandom that, some people who use that hashtag boycott WB, not sure exactly how they're feeling about this, because now it's like one of those like, it's like one of those kind of things. And I'm kind of wondering, I haven't gone down that rabbit hole for sure, of like the people that were very much against, obviously saying boycott Warner Brothers, which again, it's like, why even go that route? You don't speak for Zack Snyder, and if you thought Zack Snyder would never return to to Warner Brothers after what he went through, it's like, no, he wouldn't return if those same people were actually there. I think he very much respects the studio, which everybody would. I mean, Christopher Nolan would return as well. Everybody wants Warner Brothers to thrive, but it went through a really bad time, and it's still going through kind of a bad time right now when it comes to a lot of things. Bad PR, of course, from Zazzy Pants. But it was just kind of funny. It was like, all right, that's interesting. All right. But then it also made me wonder too, and it made me like, rub my chin and kind of just go like, okay, interesting, because obviously he's over at Netflix, and a lot of people are just kind of going like, well, isn't he doing Rebel Moon stuff and everything like that? And I'm just kind of going, well, I mean, obviously, hopefully everything he's doing over at Netflix is still happening, but I mean, I can't sit here and say that, yeah, it's 100%. We got a green light for Rebel Moon Part 2. It's happening. I mean, we've gotten some conversations, but I don't know if it's been officially put out there yet, and if there's more things that are going to be coming out there yet. We've been waiting on more Army of the Dead stuff. That's kind of been put on hold. We know that the Norse God stuff is happening at least, but sometimes you kind of worry because of how reactionary these studios can get, and even Netflix can get, and especially when you have Dan Lin, who is now heading the film department, and they're cutting back on doing big budget stuff, even though Rebel Moon was less than $200 million for 2 movies. So it's like, oh, okay, Zack is pretty crafty at keeping things under budget, so hopefully they'll keep it. But, you know, let's face it, when it comes to the reaction of the Rebel Moon PG-13 stuff and the fact that this whole experiment of having him have his PG-13 cut and the director's cuts, you know, it's been kind of an interesting reaction to see. I mean, I want Zack to just make as many Rebel Moons. Like, when I heard about all this, I was like 100% supportive and just all about like, yes, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. But with the reactions that I've seen from even Snyder fans, people were just like, you know, maybe this wasn't. And I even kind of go like, and I've said it before, I'm like, yeah, we'll see if this experiment actually works out. So I was just like, you know, seeing this, kind of going like, okay, so he's going to take a break from all the stuff he's been working on Netflix to go over here to work on some of this over here. And I was just like, all right, is that bad? Is that good or bad? It's like, it's good because I would actually like to see this series and see Zack tackle more of that world that that helped put him on the map. For sure. And I know he's got more ideas when it comes to that. But then it kind of made me worry that, all right, what's going on on Netflix? But then there's also this point, too. It's like, how do we know that this 300 TV series would be on, like, Max? Or it would be full-on them distributing it, like, it would be their platform. That was one of the things we talked about on the Vodka streams, that it could still be, this could be, yes, very much a Warner Brothers television production, but they might sell it to Netflix. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. That's the thing when it comes to this. And that's the thing that I was just kind of thinking about all this and having conversations with people. It's like, oh, yeah, it's cool that Zack came back, and I'm glad that the relationship between he and Warner Brothers has been pretty mended. You know, it's pretty good. And, yeah, it's just kind of interesting. But there hasn't been anything official. It hasn't been, like, confirmed yet. And I guess we just got to be patient. But I'm all for this. But, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We just got to be patient with this. Layer cake rocks. I think, okay, you guys are still talking about that a little bit. Still talking about a little bit of Matthew Vaughn. Rebel Moon proves Zack is a hack. Okay, so we got Graves right there being one of those guys. He's very edgy. Very edgy. You want some cheese? All right. Well, that's fine. I mean, it's fine. You know, thank you for joining and, putting that out there. I don't mind it, Still gets a view. Nerdy Mastermind or Apple TV or Peacock or Amazon, whoever offers more money. WB Television sells a lot of shows. Yeah, they do. So they could do something like that. If WB TV does well for Zack, perhaps a TV show structure would work well for... If you're talking about the Snyderverse, okay. Again, if it's a TV show, it would have to be animated because I don't think some of those other fuckers ain't going to come back. Remember, we got to think about that. It's not just, Zack could still maybe do something when it comes to his Snyderverse, but we got to remember there's a lot of actors, there's a few actors involved, and I don't think, some of them are just not going to be coming back. So maybe he does something, it would be like an animated thing. Never going to be a subscriber. Well, that's cool. You still gave me a view there, Mr. Graves, so thank you. Appreciate that. I love that. It's like, I'm never going to be a subscriber. Cool. But you still gave me a view for tonight. That's all that matters. Let's see. Yeah. So I love Rebel Moon Part 2, but didn't enjoy the first one. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, it's all good. And you're also engaging too, Graves. That also helps with the stream as well. So even though you're not going to ever be a subscriber, you're still helping out the stream by engaging and giving a view and giving me, everything you're doing right now. So you might as well just leave if you don't want to if you want to be a part of this. That's how you handle the trolls, man. It's like a heckler. It's like a heckler and I'm doing stand-up comedy. But now we move over to Superman and Smallville. That's right. We got some Superman updates. Not too many, but the biggest thing that everybody was talking about over the weekend is the fact that we have some shots of where the Kent farm is actually taking place. And naturally, of course, we have the fanboys and girls out there that are just getting upset about the way that the Kent house and farm looks like. And they're doing that whole thing of like comparing Kent farms and everything, and it was just kind of strange. I don't know. It's all very weird. It's like, oh yeah, the Snyderverse Kent farm is better than this, and I'm like, it's the fucking Kent farm, guys. Who gives a shit? Who really gives a shit? It's dumb. It's like it's just the Kent farm. I think we'll be okay. And DCU updates provided some of these right here. We are not in Kansas, Clark. Superman Legacy filming close to our house. So these are some of the shots. There's a shot of the home right there. And it's like your standard, okay, cool. It's got a nice long driveway. It's got an old fence. Very much looks like it's a farm in Kansas. Cool. All right. That's perfectly fine by me. We got some more shots right here. They're setting some things up. Trailers are happening. It looks like there actually is a barn over there too. All right, so that's pretty much all like we found when it came to that. So we got a Ken farm. We definitely got a Ken farm, and that's cool. I'm like, all right. We knew that was going to be the case, and we're going to have both John and Martha, because apparently Jonathan Kent is going to be alive still in this version. So we have a Ken farm. And like I said, I don't know if people are actually getting upset with how that the house looks and everything. I just don't know. I think there's just people that just want to be upset about everything for this movie, and you shouldn't be the case. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. And then according to IMDb, they kind of like pretty much, and I think we already kind of knew this too, is that Millie Alcock, you know, this is actually shown right here. There's going to be a crew member, and they're, you know, put her name right there. So there was that little nugget of something that's happening. And then, of course, James Gunn posted this, hanging on set of Superman with some of my favorite people. You notice that Nathan Fillion, his hair's a little messy, you know, and some people are just kind of going, is he going to have the bowl cut for Guy Gardner? I think he is. I think that's why his hair is a little messy. I think he was wearing a wig. And his hair got, I mean, obviously he's got like spiky, messy hair like me, so I could be wrong, but I think he's wearing that freaking Guy Gardner bowl cut. That's just me, though. That's just me. Anyways. Nothing more from Graves? See, that's what you do. You really, yeah, see? He want to say anything more because I told him, like, hey, you know, you already clicked on the stream and the view and then interacted, so you're just helping the stream altogether. So let them hate. Let them hate. Yeah, that's what you got to do. That's the way you got to approach it. I'm not offended. It was just kind of funny. When they make the proclamation, never me and a subscriber. Yeah, but you're here now. That's all that matters. All right, we got the box office, and the box office continues to struggle. But, of course, we took a little break now. We didn't have a blockbuster movie that's come out this past weekend. We had, of course, In Violent Nature, which was an experimental, different kind of way to look at the slasher film, the slasher genre, I should say, which, you know, got some mixed reviews. And I thought, I'll probably catch it on stream. I know I shouldn't say that. I should support these smaller movies, but I don't know. I just needed a little bit of a break, and, you know, it worked out in my favor. So, but the box office, I mean, sadly, Fury Road, we were all hoping that, you know, there's going to be some more, you know, some good word of mouth and some good things, and maybe it'll have, you know, a little bit of a boost where, you know, we could warrant that Mad Max Wasteland, and we want to see that. But I don't know if that's actually going to be the case, but it might find, you know, of course, some wheels, some torque when it comes to streaming. Maybe it will. It actually came in second place this past weekend with a 59% drop. So that's a pretty big drop. Garfield movie only had a 41.7 drop. That is most likely going to have some, of course, legs. So Furiosa currently sits at 114.9 worldwide. It's got like a $168 million budget, so Violent Nature made 2.1 million. Not a ton. Like I said, it's pretty limited. Like my movie theater didn't even have it. But what's interesting, where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Why don't I see it? There you go. But you know what's interesting here, guys, is the fact that the Fall Guy, which started off the blockbuster season, and you could already watch it at home, it's had significantly less drops weekend to weekend. Like it's got a 29.8% drop. And I'm almost like really rooting for it. I mean, again, I don't know. The budget was 135 million. Worldwide, it's made 158 million. But it seems like even though that this movie you could watch at home, people are still kind of going, let's go give it a shot, you know, and it's not seeing significant drops, and it's not just it didn't just die out. Like there is a little bit of maybe word of mouth. I don't know. It's just something I was like, all right, I was hoping for that because that is the first movie of the summer blockbuster season. I'm not saying it's going to all of a sudden just get to like $500 million. No, but it's kind of nice to see that people are still trying to go see it, even though they could just rent it at home now or buy it. I don't know exactly what happens when it comes to all that rent, buy, whatever the fuck. I don't know. But at least that's something. It's a little bit of something. I don't know. Just something I was noticing. Anyways. All right. Time to finally watch this damn trailer. That's right. I waited all day, guys. I waited all day for tonight. I waited all day. I saw things, of course, on my timeline because naturally people are going to post all kinds of things. So I saw some things, but I tried to ignore anything Venom as I was moving out throughout my day. And I thought, okay, get done with work, get on the stream, and let's watch this Venom: The Last Dance trailer. And I'm like, you know, I don't know. When it comes to Venom, what was the last one called? Let There Be Carnage. That's why, right? I didn't really like it all that much. I thought it was fine, but for the most part, I thought when it comes to Carnage, they didn't really do a great job. Woody Harrelson was fine, but there was things that I didn't like about, I don't know. When they had Woody Harrelson's voice coming out of some other actor, when they were trying to do the young version, they were trying to do that whole thing. It just sounded weird. It already started off pretty rocky. And both Venoms, you can kind of tell that there is some studio fuckery that happens because, shocker, it's Sony. They like to fuck with the movies. And you could tell that there's missing scenes. And you could tell that there's missing scenes with the first Venom. But the first Venom at least did its job. And I thought, okay, that's cool. And then the second one, pushed it a little bit. It was fine. I'm not saying it was terrible. But I didn't like it as much as the first one. So let's go ahead and check out this one. Let's check it out and see what this is all about right here. Turn that down a little bit. All right, here we go. All right, guys. Let's do it. Eddie. All right, trailer starting.
You should probably know that I have a really dark and unpredictable side to me.
I always love Tom Hardy's random voices.
I'm giving you a chance, sweetie. Say when. When?
Ouch. There you go. Cool little train. Okay, like that. It's not bad.
What are you?
Gotta show the half face, right?
We are. No. Yeah, we are. Venom. We're gonna need to work on that.
All right, let's see what they were trying to go for right there. Nice boots. So this is after what happened in No Way Home or something, right? I guess, because that's what he kind of wearing that. I don't know. Of course, you have to have a song that everybody knows. Different symbiotes, and there's the one right there. Okay, so that's from No Way Home.
to make sure that remains a secret.
Let's go get him.
And that's what's his name, who was in Doctor Strange and now in this. That's pretty cool.
You're living the dream, my friend.
Hey, Bond, James Bond.
There has to be a reason they're after us.
Oh boy.
Eddie.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yikes. Alright. Saw some shots, of course, of that.
Coming that cannot be beaten. As long as Venom lives, everyone, everything will live.
Okay.
We may not make it out of this alive, buddy.
Uh-oh, is he gonna die in this?
The time has come.
Is he gonna die in this? Is that what they're gonna do? They're gonna kill off Eddie?
Be honest with me. How fast do you think you can get that thing to go without killing it?
Only one way to find out.
Jesus Christ. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. There's a poster right there, too, which is fine. I mean, it's ridiculous. But what do you expect? It's a Venom movie. It's Tom Hardy doing his, Eddie kind of, and his mannerisms and the way he talks, I don't know. Like, I'm intrigued by the little invasion thing that happens in there. Also, because I'm not the one that's pointing this out, but let's go back. Where's it at? Hold on. Gotta find it. Where's it at? Just in case you did, I'm sure you guys saw it too. Where are we at? There we go. That's what's his name, right? This the dude who played Connors. Is this supposed to be a variant? Right? In Amazing Spider-Man, so kind of connecting some tissue to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. What's happening right there? What's his name again? What's the actor's name? I don't know, but he played Dr. Connors, right? He was the Lizard. So there was that people were pointing out. I don't know what kind of connection there is right there. Are we gonna get wouldn't it be absolutely insane if Andrew Garfield somehow made some kind of cameo in there? I mean, there's been no movement when it comes to any of the Spider-Man stuff, so maybe this is where Garfield's gonna show up. I don't know. But overall, it's a Venom trailer. It's a long Venom trailer. It seems like it showed a lot. It seemed like it showed a little too much in my eyes. Started off a little goofy. Started off, like a Venom trailer was actually a start. Then it kind of, I think the whole invasion thing and seeing the meteors and stuff, that's intriguing me a bit. And then I'm just kind of wondering, is Eddie gonna die? What's gonna happen? And then I'm curious about the connected tissue that it has to No Way Home and how they're playing off of that, the multiverse stuff. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But overall, I'm gonna watch it. Of course, I'm gonna watch it. I'm just kind of not super blown away or hyped for it, but it was enough. Imagine if it makes less than, it could. I'm not gonna lie, this has more hype than Rebel Moon director's cuts. Jesus Christ, Axel. How many times are you gonna shit on the Rebel Moon? Is there any reason why you needed to compare it to Rebel Moon? Jesus, my God. Anyways, God, you talk about Rebel Moon more than people who like it. What's up, fellas? What's going on, Antonio? Sony Universe, I guess, yeah. Well, he said he's not the werewolf. What's going on, Jose? Sorry, late. Where are the boy... right? Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Trailers, let's see. Knowing Sony, he won't die. I know, he'll keep him alive. Oh, Phil brought up the director's cuts. Well, I'm just like, why are we comparing Venom to Rebel Moon? Let's not do that. Ay, ay, ay. This Venom garbage got a trilogy, but Superman didn't. I know, right? It's just the way it is. No one really likes it, though, Dave. No one really likes it? All right. I know, I keep having to defend it because I guess I like it. I know, sorry. Let's see, what else you guys... Alright, that's pretty much it. Azteca... well, good to see you, Antonio. That's right. Is anybody else there? Alright. Enjoyed... see, there you go. There are people that... I know. See, that's the thing. That's what we do, right? I don't know. I'm going to keep on defending Rebel Moon. And then hopefully... I mean, I think... that's why I think partially that... yeah, apparently you're nobody. No, one of the things that's going to be interesting is like, and that part of the Rebel Moon experience, the experiment might be like it's already gotten to the point where people just flat out are already going to like watch the R-rated cuts and just already hate it, and that already might have worked against it. So the fact that people weren't so thrilled about the PG-13 cuts, it means they're probably not going to even like the R-rated cuts and go in already thinking they're going to hate it. But then again, that could actually work to the favor too, because maybe they'll go in with such low expectations that they're going to be like, whoa, did you see what he did with that? Totally different. Maybe? I don't know. A lot of nobodies in charge, I see. The sequel, when he started talking about he wanted cookies. What are we talking about? Cookies now? We got Venom trilogy before GTA. I know, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, we did get it is kind of crazy that there is a Venom trilogy. It is kind of crazy that there is going to be like a Venom trilogy or something like that. It is kind of baffling. Like, yeah, I mean, but they did make money. They did make money. So even if they weren't, you know, I mean, they're just goofy movies, but it works in the vein. I mean, one of the things about Venom is like, I mean, when it comes to me getting introduced to Venom, I got more, of course, introduced. I think the first time I got introduced to Venom was obviously the Spider-Man animated series back in the 90s, and when they had the Venom like 3-part, I think it was a 3-part or the 3-part episode that had to do with Venom. That was when I got introduced, so I always had like that. And of course that's, you know, it was pretty much a good adaptation of the story of how that, but there's been other versions of Venom, and it's not always never just been like Spider-Man focused. But I mean, of course, I think it's always like the best way to introduce Venom was through Spider-Man, but with this one it was a little bit different. It was a little bit different, but you know, I just think there was things that they chose to do in the first 2 Venom movies that just kind of, I went, damn it, you know? I don't know. Topher Grace, Venom, now them's his fighting words. I mean, Zack Snyder fans are used to this. We had to wait for the director's cuts of Watchmen, and yeah, we did. But at least we are now guaranteed these director's cuts. That's what I always was trying to express. I'm like, guys, we're guaranteed the director's cuts at least this time. We know for a fact. If Amy Pascal had any common sense, she'd have saved Carnage for, yeah, I know. You'd think. Dave, how do you think Snyder will release the director's cut? Do you think he'll release them in a week? No, I think it's going to be the same day. They want to release it on the same day. So, Tom Hardy as Bane over him as Venom. Well, I mean, yeah, that's an interesting comparison too. But, you know, Batman, Robin, Bane, and Tom Hardy. What the okay, Jose, now you're just trying to cause a ruckus. You're just trying to cause a ruckus right now, Jose. That's all you're trying to do. You're trying to stir the pot. Maybe you're not. Maybe that's how you actually feel. Probably is. I don't know. What I love about Tom Hardy is the fact that he always changes his voice and his mannerisms. You know, he always tries to just like fall into and I always like his Eddie Brock kind of like being all crazy and weird. I don't know. Well, Spider-Man is kind of important. Yeah, he is. He is pretty important. So that's why I think a lot of people were just kind of like, what are we doing here? We're not going to have Venom and Spider-Man fight. I mean, that's the next question is like, when is Venom and Spider-Man actually going to fight? And it would be kind of interesting too, what if guys, what if this, and don't think that Amy Pascal and everybody over at Sony would actually think about this, but what if they were like, hey, Tom, all right, so you're getting your trilogy. We know you love the character. We don't want you to stop playing the character. We just want to make it seem like you are done playing the character, but we're going to sneak something in there. We got Andrew Garfield over here behind us. Like, he's actually down to come back. You know, he came back for No Way Home. He's down to come again. He's down to come back again. And one of the things that we already, you know, kind of put out there when it came to No Way Home is the fact that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man did not fight an alien. That was one of the like little running jokes. So we want to have actually Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man fight you. So we're actually going to be doing something with that. We're going to bring Andrew back. We have these big plans and you're going to be a part of it and you're going to fight him. How do you feel? And hopefully maybe Tom Hardy was like, yeah, let's do that. See, I just created a whole scenario right now that probably most likely did not happen. You're welcome. That's just me. Hey, Joey, down to do what again? I don't know. I blacked out. I blacked out right there. So I probably said something that out of context probably sounds pretty bad. Down to come again? Is that what it was? Yeah, that probably was it. But yeah, I was just going on a whole, like, my brain was like, what if? I went into a whole what if scenario of something. But Tom Hardly Wait, there it is. Put that on a t-shirt. I'm telling you, Joey, we have to like sit down together and like, we could probably come up with some really cool t-shirts. I've told you this before, and I'm saying it again. We need to just like get on a Zoom call and just go over like and just name puns after puns and write them down, and then we can maybe put them on t-shirts. Make a killing. Go 50-50. We should do something. I'm just saying. You're good with the puns. I'm not as good. But I'm just saying, one of these days. Because, you know, I've tried to do stuff with t-shirts and it doesn't really, but if we come up with some good movie puns for that, Tom Hardly Wait. See, that's pretty cool. We'll figure something out. Anyways, I'm rambling, guys. There you go. That's the show for today. Appreciate you guys clicking in. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Talking about some Zack Snyder, some Superman, some box office, and of course, Venom, The Last Dance. Smash that like, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're doing DC Fanimated tomorrow as opposed to Wednesday. So we're changing it up a little bit. So we'll be doing it on Tuesday as opposed to Wednesday. But I'll see you guys, of course, Wednesday for Film Junkee Live. And, of course, the members-only stream. If you want to be a member, join. Do all that. Posting a lot of things on Patreon, of course. Early things and everything. So make sure you guys check that out. Subscribe to that if you want to support the channel. Everything. All right, guys. Love ya. And thank you for spending some time. Talk to you later.